guess it's one of those ones when you gotta improvise and use a freaking camera tripod to hold your bonnet up. Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome to my SDK. Today I'm at a golf course in the middle of Essex somewhere. Not playing golf, just taking in the fresh O2. So today I'm gonna be making a video about why my S2000 puts a smile on my face, why this particular car is so special to me. So yeah, hopefully I can show you guys why every time I get in this car I get so gassed up about it and why it leaves a smile on my face. But me being me, because I'm an idiot, I was supposed to wake up earlier today and come out when it was sunnier, but I woke up late because I had a late one last night. So we got kind of grey skies, but the roads are clear, there's no rain, so hopefully we can have a nice little blast in some of the B roads. Let's see what happens. Let's jump in. Okay, let me give you a bit of a history lesson. So this particular car, I've had it for coming into about 5 years now. And do you know what? It's been a marriage. When I got this car, it was completely standard, bone stock. And over the course of the past kind of 4 or 5 years, I put it together to a state which I believe is the perfect setup for an S2000. So in terms of performance modifications, my car has kind of simple breathing modifications, exhaust, intake, that kind of stuff. Where this particular S2000 comes to life is the suspension setup. So you got suspension by Öhlins, DFV rolled-in track coilovers, and the car has been set up by a company called Center Gravity. I don't know exactly where they are. They're somewhere outside of London, a couple hours drive, but these guys know their stuff. They know their shit when it comes to setting up a car properly, especially an S2000, which is notoriously quite a difficult car to kind of get right. So yeah, with the wider arch extensions and the 255 and 245 Yoko Advan Nova 8008R tires, this car can handle, man. If you're on like a back road, you're gonna have a lot of fun, you know. In terms of why this car puts a smile on my face, it's such a sense of occasion. Aside from the fact that it's an S2000 and it's practically a legend in the Honda scene, even outside of it, the things that I've done to this car, you know, things like the red seats, the red Recaro NSX seats, and the red carpet, it's just a sense of occasion. Even the steering wheel with the carbon fiber. When you get in it, you know you're gonna have a bit of fun. It feels like a little go-kart, you know. Taking away from anything I've done to this car is an S2000. It's got one of the sweetest engines ever, you know, produced by Honda. This thing, I think, is one of the first production cars to rev to 9,000 RPM. Now, Ferrari might say that they were with the 458 Italia, but no, they actually weren't. And even before this, I think the Honda had the S600, yeah, something like that, the convertible with the little motorbike engine. That car revved to 9K as well, pretty nuts. And it's crazy that you can have a car that you can drive daily, day in, day out, and it will do that all day long. Bulletproof engines, absolutely bulletproof engines. Now, for the money, I don't know what other car there is out there that will give you this amount of fun on the road and track. Now, I've been on track and I've been up against cars that cost a lot more than mine, and this car's held its own, you know what I mean? It's very, very impressive for the money. And I don't think that there's any other car within the price range that can do that. If there are, you know, rear-wheel drive, manual gearbox, you let me know. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. You've got no traction control. I think some of the later cars had it as an optional extra, but this one, it doesn't. So you got to really kind of keep focused and know what you're doing. I mean, they have a reputation for young kids getting into them after driving front-wheel drive Hondas their whole life and getting into them and not knowing what they're doing, and before you know it, they've wrapped it around a tree. So yeah, you gotta definitely be awake when you're driving this car. So before the Öhlins, I had Meister R coilovers on this car, which I wasn't very impressed. I think the OEM suspension was better, and the OEM suspension is very capable. Honda, you know, they designed that shit, so obviously it was going to be impressive. But as soon as the Öhlins went on, the difference between the Olins and the Meister R's was day and night. But at the same time, there were still corners where I was more confident to go faster in my Range Rover Evoque than this car, which I thought was a bit stupid. So once I got it set up by center gravity, it's just a joy to drive. Every time I get in it, it's so much fun. Even the way it looks, you know, even the way I've got it set up, I think it's perfect. I'm really happy with how the exterior has turned out, because I kind of planned it in my head. I didn't really, like, I had a Photoshop image in my head of the combination of front fenders, bonnet, rear fender arches, the diffuser, the front lip, you know, the rear US spec bumper. Yeah, I'm stoked with how it came out. But in terms of when I get in it and how it drives, it's so good. And nothing beats a manual gearbox. See, these tires are so freaking sticky, man. Sounds so good. All the way to 9K, bang. And I think a lot of cars, you can buy them and they are kind of track ready weapons, but for me, I've really enjoyed the challenge of putting this car together piece by piece. It's been a project and I've really enjoyed that. And as I said in my previous video, this is like a painting. You know, this car is my painting on a blank canvas which left the Honda factory. I know it's got an electric power steering, but it's not bad. I would have preferred a hydraulic power steering system like in the older Type Rs, the EK9s, the DC5s. But it's all right, it's not bad. The seating position with the Recaros, you're a bit lower down than the stock position. It's perfect. But the manual gearbox, Honda kind of manual boxes in the Type R ranges, they've got a reputation for having an amazing shift feeling. This is no different. It is basically a short shifter from factory. And with this ARC titanium gear knob, it's a good feeling, man. These roads are so much fun in this car. Honestly, if you got back road in a car like this, and Olins, oh my goodness, Olins, like, God bless Olins. I don't know, whether they're Swedish? They're not, yeah, they're Swedish, I think. A lot of people don't know this. If you open up the engine bay cover of like a Lamborghini Aventador or something, have a look at the shocks. It will say Olins on it. Then you get a better idea of the kind of level we're talking. But handling wise, this is one of the best cars I've driven. Obviously in a straight line, it gets creamed by a lot of cars. You know, not a lot of low down torque, not a lot of torque as it is. But the thing is with this car, you've got to drive the nuts off of it. It wants to be driven hard. You've got to keep it in the rev range. You've got to shift all the way to a 9K. That's where the optimum power band is, between 7 and 9. It just keeps going. And it's very engaging. It keeps you awake. It's not like these kind of German cars nowadays with all these electronics where you can go really fast without having to make much effort. Literally traction control helping you out, saving your ass. You got those kind of DSG boxes. This car, nah, man, 3 pedals, no traction control. It's you in the freaking car, and you gotta make shit work. And it's so freaking, it's so much fun. And it sounds awesome too. I mean, with this NVIDIA system that I have, I've got some other pieces on there too, which I'm not gonna say. It sounds great. It sounds like a super bike at 9K. So much fun. I could easily sell this car and get a much newer car, enjoy it for a bit, but do you know what? I know for a fact I'll be bored. With this car, I've never been bored. Every single time I've driven it, it's never kind of put me to sleep. I've always kind of been surprised by it at times. And for me, that's such an important thing. And above and beyond, this car has so much character. You can feel it. It's like a person. It's not a robot, you know? I don't have anything against new cars or German cars. I like them, I'm a fan, but for me, this is my ultimate kind of car setup, you know? This is just, I love it so much. So much. Like Kanye said, they don't really make them like this anymore. They really don't, man. And I wish they did. So many cars nowadays, you can buy them, but you can't really utilize their whole performance, extract their whole performance in, you know, an everyday road environment. But with this car, you really can. There's so much grip on offer as well. It's not really a car you can slide around too much. I mean, if you want to slide about, you get an S15, you get an MX-5 or something, but with this car, especially with these tires and suspension, there's so much grip on offer. Whoa, he's coming fast, mate. Slow down, you douchebag. That's so much fun. Every time, without fail. Every time, without fail. Again, if you know a car within the price range of an S2000 with a few modifications set up properly that can do what this car does and offer what this car does, then let me know, because I can't think of one. I really can't. And I hope I'm not sounding too biased, because I know it's very easy to. But honestly, if you haven't driven an S2K, please, just drive one. Let me know what you think. If you're coming from a car that costs a lot more, like a Porsche GT3 or something like that, jump in one of these and, you know, compare and contrast. I haven't driven a Porsche GT3. I've driven the GT4 Cayman, and that was absolutely nuts. But I'm comparing price levels here. But even still, do you know what, man? It sounds mad, but I'll probably pick this. Because the internals are semi-forged from factory, you can stick on a turbocharger, supercharger kit, and you can push upwards of 500 brake horse easy. But you know what? I feel like the way Honda intended this car to be with its linear power delivery, I wouldn't really do that to my car. If anything, I'm probably going to build a race spec engine that revs till about 11k. Now, obviously, I won't be able to drive it as often on a daily basis, but that'll be quite a unique build. I know there's some people in the States that have got builds like that. In the UK, I don't know many people that have done something like that. I don't follow the crowd, man. That's not really my thing. I just do whatever makes me happy, whatever puts a smile on my face. This car is definitely a modern classic, and it is in the history books. And I don't think I'm ever gonna sell mine. I love it that much. If I saw someone else driving this car, I don't know how I'd feel. I'd actually probably cry. And I'm being genuine here. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, I'm at a petrol station because I'm out of fuel. Let me jump in the car actually, because this is gonna get a bit emotional. So that practically sums up why this car means so much to me, you know, and why the experience it gives me is like no other. It can't be matched. The amount of grip it has, revving till 9k all day, the presence it has on the road, the sharpness of the steering, the turning, the way the power is delivered, and those twisties back there, I wouldn't have any other car. That's a bold statement, but it's just how I feel. I honestly feel like I own my perfect car for me, for my requirements, for my driving style. I mean, even when I look at it, you know, when you like lock your car and you walk away, I look back, you know, when you look back at your car, I always look back at mine. I can't wait to give you guys more content with this car and other cars in my circle. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope I managed to get across my genuine passion and enthusiasm for the Honda S2000. Yeah, man. Peace out, yeah.